Alright, folks, welcome back, everyone. 欢迎大家回来。今天是第364天，no 7天。It is day 367. I don't quite remember what was the thing from yesterday. I remember there's like a bit of combination of stuff. I don't quite remember what it was. I remember writing a bunch of it. Oh, it was... it was D and D. So how do we remember this? Shack. This is D for bottom. And we have D for low. And then D. Oh, no, wait. And D. For like resist. Oh no, wait, is it the other way around? Hold up. Nope, those are good. Okay. Those are the three. That's still kind of rough.
宇宙
Yeah, the universe. Or space. Does this take space? It doesn't take space. Okay. Outer space.
宇宙滋润
滋润 nourish 润 moisten, I guess.
滋润慈善
慈善 慈 being kind and then virtuous or charity. Interesting. Or charitable.
慈善
善
覆盖
覆盖 what the who? Overturned and then cover it. Interesting. To cover something is pick up the lid that was placed upside down and put on the ground and overturn it and place it back where it originated. I'm not sure about fugai. Fine.
覆盖牙齿
牙齿 teeth
牙齿
okay
宇宙，牙齿，覆盖，慈善，滋润，
滋润。Alright.
美滋滋，
美滋滋。Well, I guess you're just I don't know. Describes feeling happy because everything is beautiful when in turn nourishes your state of mind. I don't know about that one. But just remember it as it is. Oops.
美滋滋，翻来覆去，
翻来覆去。Turn over. Lie. Turn over. Come. Overturn. And then go. Still not doing it for me. It's like you're turning here and going, come and going. So toss and turning is fine. I got it. Or I think of it more as again and again, but toss and turning. Okay.
翻来覆去，
That's gonna be
宙斯，
tough. 宙斯 transliteration.
宙斯，
Although universe and this it's kind of interesting.
齿轮，
Oh yeah, a wheel with teeth. Very cute.
齿轮，新词，
新词 kind-hearted.
新词，美滋滋，齿轮，新词，翻来覆去，
Ah! Wait. Next with the I don't know what I typed. I didn't know what I typed the first couple times.
歌，
Guh. You kind of look like Guh. Not particularly. If at all, you look like Hi. This is Hi on the left. Okay. Gandalf is in front of the electricity plant where he works as a guard. A giant evil beanstalk has emerged from the mouth of a doll. Okay. Okay. So Handoff is in front of the electricity plant. Being told by word of mouth that the plant workers are cutting apart neighboring beanstalks in order to beanstalks favors in order to fill containers as burning material for the generators. Handoff as a form of protest and preserving, I don't know, the beanstalks, provided a different magical solution. Okay, funga makes sense.
歌，雀，
Che. Oh, does this line up with Che and Yen? Ma Che? Kong Che. Wow. Oh no, wait. I'm thinking a swallow. A swallow is not the same as a sparrow. Just kidding, just kidding. Just kidding. Huh. I kind of seen something similar to this. What was it? Oh, Xiang, or economize. Wow. Oh, that could be a little suspect. It's a little bit, wee bit suspect. Yet another one. Alright, Quasimodo is in the bathroom of the electricity plant trying to protect a sparrow that he holds in his hand as a few electrified turkeys chase him around the bathroom in and out of the stalls. Doing the... Oh, Quasimodo in the bathroom of the electricity plant on break. Where he is harboring or maybe fostering a few turkeys and a friendly sparrow. Kind of starting to sound like Casper though. Che. Oh, Che. Actually, because it's like they are good friends.
雀，撒，
Well, there's sun, right? There is sun. Let's go to Foreman for the sun. Is it not? Here it is, sun. Yeah. Sun is on the right. Let go. So SpongeBob is in front of the auditorium helping the foreman by holding a ladder for him as he hangs some decoration from the lobby doors. The foreman is trying to hang a moon made of turf from... Oh, okay. Let's go. Okay. Let's go with a different thing. SpongeBob is in front of the auditorium where he is trying to help out a foreman to put up last minute decorations for the show at night. However, instead of being helpful, he basically ran around chaotically, throwing and placing whatever his clumsy fingers can get a hold of. Dumping turf everywhere. Saying, let's go! Okay, fine. Impatient. Or playing off impatience. To tell lies. Huh. I'm guessing the Juan part is the lie. To let go. Sasho. Let's go and try and maybe we do like instead of throwing, letting go. Okay.
撒辣
La. Oh. We got more bristles. What was the other bristle from yesterday? I want to say it's Le. Le was the bristle from yesterday. Yeah. Oh no. Now we're pivoting to Legolas. Alright. Legolas is in the bathroom. Oh, is this like La Chun and stuff? It might be the same thing. Like La Chang. And whatnot, like cured meat, intestines situation, or different forms of meat. I was thinking La Chun, as in like La Xiang Chun, something like that, like cured meat sausages. Legolas is in the bathroom of the auditorium where he's making cured meat under one of the hand dryers. He has the not yet cured meat on a large. Okay. Oh, this is going to be weird. In the bathroom, dang it. Lost in the bathroom of the auditorium. Preparing. Preparing. Okay, last minute. Maybe he's in the bathroom taking a break from the long night of work. Bristles. How do you get bristles into this? Oh, yikes. Oh my god. How about Metro? He's washing up. Washing up. After spending the night preparing cured meats. Cured meats for storage. To cure for future adventures. After like flying some special elvish elvish curing sauce with a bristle brush. All right. Roll. Oh, that's interesting. Greece. Sila. Greece. Sila. I don't hear it. Greece. I don't hear it. I don't, that must be something else. It must be. Oh. No. Yeah, I don't know how Greece. I don't know how that works.
辣牙
Yeah. Not quite. Not quite. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. A bank? Like what type of bank? Are we talking about like a river bank or a bank? A river bank. Or a shore bank. Or a geographical bank. Yoshi is inside the auditorium on the stage. He is helping building a cliff of bricks for play. He then sprays acid that he holds in his stomach all over the cliff, turning the cliff into a bank of sorts. What in the actual... He's just helping with cliffs and banks. That's fine. Maybe attaching stones and whatnot, spraying things down. Okay, water. Career. Shengya Life Bank? Now I'm not so sure which bank it's referring to. Okay. Okay.
牙
There's some susness going around. Some big susness. It's cut something. I don't remember what the preposition is.
牙撒辣
I don't. It's cut something. Cut apart. Or just cut.
雀 祸
Oh, misfortune. Didn't I get a misfortune in Japanese? I don't know if it's a equivalent. Doesn't jawbones typically, yeah, I only have guo for that. There are only very few actually. Okay. Cool. The Hulk is in the bathroom of the office building where he's dealing with some misfortune. His suit has ripped open because he accidentally had a sharp jawbone in his suit pocket. He looks at himself in the mirror trying to determine how to fix his misfortune so he can go back to work, only to realize that his misfortune is worse than he thought. His suit pants have ripped open too. Just gonna say, you know, Hulk ripped his misfortune because Hulk like ripped his suit because he's the Hulk. His jawbone, I mean, it's really well defined too. Oh, car accident. Interesting.
祸
We'll see.
麦
My. The cricket and flower thing. What was the cricket and flower thing? I want to say Lei or Lee. It's Lee. Yeah, Lee. I actually forgot there was a cliff. Now we suddenly pivot to my. Okay. Your stride. Mario's in the bathroom of the high school chasing some crickets down a small mini path that winds around the high school bathroom. He has some flowers that he's trying to whack them with, but each time he takes a stride forward, the cricket hops away. Okay. Okay, so Mario's in the bathroom. High school. On a plumbing job. Wow. On his path to completing the plumbing job. He notices you know what? We'll try this. 6 strides forward. Yeah, let's go with it. 迈进年迈 Intriguing.
麦末
Oh no. I have no basis for remembering this. That explains a lot. I don't actually see that very often. Mario was in the bathroom of the office, rinsing his hands and about to exit. Turning to the exit, he's suddenly confronted with 100 hills that sprouted out from the appropriately corporate tile floor. Now he has to figure out the best footpath. Office. Rushing up and rushing up after taking care what seemed like 100 hills of paperwork and invoices. So organizing to clear out the footpaths in the office. Mo Sheng. Footpath life? Unfamiliar? Oh no. These are getting weird. 陌生人 I don't understand this footpath thing. Maybe it's more like a path to the unknown. But like path to a life. What? Alright. I don't know how I feel about these things at the moment.
末笑
Oh. Filial piety. Oh, why do you look like... Oh, okay, hold up. We need to take some inventory here. Alright, so we got Jiao, we got Kao. And there's also Kao, the other Kao. And we're jumping to Xiao. Filial piety. Oh, this one might work out though. Xena's in the bathroom of the barn visiting the ranch with her family. Her child, a mini warrior princess, bows before her to allow her to go to the toilet first. She in turn bows before her elder and older represents, thus they practice filial piety. I mean, how is this used in an example? To show filial respect. Oh, okay. Ah, it's not bad. Pretty good. Even roped in the
笑
bathroom thing.
线
Yeah. Oh, that's Ken. Okay. I don't think I have anything. Maybe. No dice. Today's set is like the opposite of yesterday's. Not smooth at all. Statute. Alright, Xena's in the bathroom in the pawn shop. On the tile is a heart and a bean sprout. Okay. Constitution. Xena's in the bathroom in the pawn shop. He is trying to sort out oh no. Hmm. I have no idea. We're just gonna have to go with Constitution. Dang. A net of beanstalks. She collected in order to be adherent. Constitution. He holds heart when selling war spoils. Oh no. Alright. Alright. Interesting. This is an army but police. Okay.
线
Absolute nightmare.
或 墨 笑 卖
Ooh-wee.
线
Ooh-wee. Sorry, my fatigue is really setting in. Alright. Try to take in strides here. What?
Mang. 简 血腥
这场战争非常血腥。
The heck? Whoops. I missed a letter there.
别人
这是鄙人的一点小意见。
Or like a despicable person. Oh, humble. The other way. I'm not thinking clearly right now. Hmm.
剥皮
这颗苹果很容易剥皮。
驾驭
年轻的骑士尚未学会驾驭战马。
Oh, a horse is good, actually. Drive a horse is good. Whoops. The figure of speech. A noun.
礁石
船必须避开礁石。
匪
I missed the hyphen next to it.
苛求
对朋友不要苛求，要多包容。
It's demanding.
盖 湿 烟 遇到
我在街上遇到了他。
趸
Eh? Oh.
那
What? Dang it. Something makes me want to type like ye. Dang it. Not.
山岗，
山岗上的风景很美丽。
卑鄙，
他说了一些卑鄙的话。
凳，
Oh, wait. Yes?
暴跌，
油价昨天暴跌了。
I think I have a chance on this. Yeah, no chance. I think that's chalked.
腥味，
鱼市场的空气充满了腥味。
抡，体恤，
妈妈总是体恤我的感受。
Heck? What? Big horse. Yeah, there's no chance on. Flash. All right, we need. That's not happening.
.手拎包，
他拎着一个黑色的手拎包。
闪，
What? Oh. Oh, I missed the G. Ah, I'm missing everything.
黑名单，
上了黑名单。
轻易，
他轻易地完成了这项任务。
内阁，
内阁中有很多资深政客。
仗，
Oh no, it's May. What? What the heck is this big horse? Oh wait, you know what? It could be... No. I don't know it. I don't even know what it means. Oh no. Okay. Oh, this is actually new. Yeah, you're treating it like... I don't know where the big part came from. Did my... Oh, there's a chance I didn't even have the big part as my memory on the... Alright. I think I'm missing a part. We'll write it in the stuff.
婆
That's recent.
混淆
我混淆了这两个单词的意思。
弧形
太阳在天空中画出一个弧形。
I have no idea what... Oh, wait, I do.
机车
他会骑机车。
Or scooter, yeah. Scooter is the norm.
肢体
大多数人有4个肢体。
What the...
凉鞋
我今天穿着凉鞋去海滩。
Whoops. I spell sandals.
妖媚
这本小说描述了一个妖媚的女人。
Productive. Fair enough.
地毯
她正在清洁地毯。
晃 夺目
这件衣服颜色夺目。
偏
Or like... Kind of like lean, yeah, to lean, yeah. I mean, lean on is like a preference. Lean.
召集
召集全体员工开会。
Or just to bring together, convene. Okay.
念兹在兹，
他念兹在兹地关心孩子的教育。
like keep in mind or nostalgic way. Well, this in the character thing. 念兹在兹。
烙手术，
医生正在准备手术。
克隆，
他们试图克隆一棵树。
Oh no.
庄稼，
今年的庄稼长得很好。
How do you like overcome grandness to clone? Oh, transliteration. We just blast through transliteration. Fine. We'll probably stick it with fabricate.
丝毫，
我没有丝毫的犹豫。
What? I have no idea how this refers to any word. Yeah, definitely artery. Oh, it is artery. Oh no, that's my. What am I thinking? Fine. I think at least that one's.
古迹，
这是一座保存完好的古迹。
嘴唇，
他不小心咬破了嘴唇。
奥秘，
宇宙间充满了奥秘。
欧洲，
欧洲有许多古老的城堡。
杠铃，
杠铃是健身房的基本设备。
欧盟，
欧盟有很多成员国。
足迹，
我们跟着他的足迹走吧。
奥运会，
他梦想参加奥运会。
锤，
Dang it. Oh my god. Group. Dung.
动脉、
动脉负责将血液从心脏运输到身体。
I can't spell artery. I lost it.
隆重、
总统出席了这次隆重的活动。
不迭、
他连连点头，不迭地说好。
横、
The what? Oh.
笨蛋、
真是个大笨蛋。
Oh, okay. Hmm. Type it. Okay.
“蛋
Okay.
裂、
这个字的 something 日是多少？Really?
西、雾、 丈，欧元，
英国不使用欧元。
安详，
老师总是带着安详的表情。
Uh-oh. Hmm. I have no idea. Oof. Hmm.
少，零，舅舅，
舅舅给我讲了一个故事。
Hmm. Like completely unchanged, yeah. Or I was gonna say old or constant. Yeah, because it depends on old. Okay. Oh, oh, kidding, kidding.
侧，负责，
那不该我负责。
It's like responsibility, but also blame.
I 横，
I think ping is correct.
频率，
这个字的频率是多少？
Heckin' build. I think this is build. Instructs you. I'm like torn between two things. Gonna be two. Two, yeah. Okay, it's fine. I thought maybe. It's not Wu, right? It's Huo.
煮
Oh no, it isn't. What? Hang on. Oh no, that's a mistake. Identity. Huh.
正式
这封信不正式。
Like fair, formal. Okay, correct. Correct is correct. Like formal as in like proper. Pretty sure the right is Huo. Oh no, it's Yi. Oh no, this is region. Oh wow, I was way off. Holy. Should work on that. That is way off. Not even close. Alright. Not even close.
采 进口
苹果被进口到台湾。
Oh. I want to talk about it.
今后
今后的任务。
垃圾袋
这个垃圾袋太小。
No. Trash bag. Trash bag. Or yes. the left or the right? Oh, the left. Yoshi is the one relying on it. I think we had to do Yoshi depend on. Oh no, why not? Because that's already I don't know why I typed Goo. That character is already not right.
Shu.
Oh. Oh no, Fu Wu, whoops. I don't remember Qi and Yi at
区
all.
域
这是一个农业区域。
依旧
他的信念依旧坚定。
Oh, Gwyn.
丰收
一派丰收景象。
Like bountiful, yeah, harvest. Fine.
Sha.
Or stop. Oh.
平稳
他的呼吸很平稳。
Or bumper harvest. Like to to kill. Oh no, I got two things mixed up. I got both the Shahs mixed up. Oh no. I mean, this is a pass, but the other Shah, what was the other Shah? Resin? With a sword, right? Sword and weapon. That's a pass. Vocabulary pass.
醒
Or awaken. Is this weird? Sui, right? Sui. Yeah, in Sui Ran. Or no, Sui. Yeah, Sui Ran. Is that my only use of this?
服务，
公车的服务非常好。
虽，警犬，
警犬可以嗅出毒品。
后盾，
这个团队有强大的后盾。
打车，
打车回家。
音乐，
他在听音乐。
异常，
这台电脑异常慢。
Oops. Unusually. Usually. Not usually. Unusually.
服，威胁，
威胁别人是不对的。
Or suppress. Suppress or oppress or threaten.
思绪，
读书帮助我集中思绪。
Train of thought is fine too.
低估，
不要低估学习中文的乐趣。
The heck? Equal, like underestimate? Just low estimate. Man, this is what I was thinking of. Cool. As opposed to yi or chi. Oh no, not yi instead of yi and gu. No, yeah, not. So, I'm so tired.
荒诞，
他说的话听起来很荒诞。
有意。
椰子油，
我对椰子油过敏。
修会
part of this. What this was. I don't know. Wait. Yeah. 这个快订受到了人们的Oh, wait.
抨击
这个决定受到了人们的抨击。
土有益
友谊是最宝贵的。
鹅
Huh. No idea.
跨
Oh no.
龙
No, I'm pretty sure it's guy.
对弈，
对弈时，他总是非常专注。
This is to play Go. I don't know. Go just sucks. Chess also sucks. Of anything else.
豪宅，
他们买了一栋新的豪宅。
What the heck? Like a mansion? Oh my. Mansion. How the how jai? We're passing how jai. Not today.
鹤，呐喊，
孩子在游乐场开心的呐喊。
者，踢，萌芽，
种子在土壤中萌芽。
荷叶，
青蛙躺在荷叶上睡觉。
凳，厄运，
他们努力克服了厄运。
Or encounter misfortune.
“蘸酱”，
我们喜欢把肉蘸酱吃。
伦理，
这个问题涉及到伦理。
Like human relations, ethics. Okay. Fair enough.
燕，
They give a swallow. Oh. Oh no, it's not.
盐，铅， 黎明，
黎明的空气很清新。
堆叠，
他把书堆叠在桌子上。
自卑，
不要因为失败而自卑。
蹦跳，
小兔子在草地上蹦跳。
Feels like a while since the times lined up. Yeah. Low.
“从”河畔，
河畔有很多鸟。
What is wrong with that? Huh.
慢，觅食，
鸟早上出来觅食。
再取，
他决定再娶，开始新的生活。
How's Boompo been? It's been fine. Not long enough to tell.
“歪”，囚室，
他被关在一间黑暗的囚室里。
Ooh. Yeah.
笼，钉子，
他踩到了一个钉子。
The what? No, that's not pamper. I get a dress. What's that? Oh. Oh no, that's a typo. I don't know what that is. Go on 城市 go on 城市 go on 城市交到了空 What the heck is with the dress? Air raid? Okay, it is a raid. So raid is what? See? How's that not? Oh, it's do, not do.
空袭，
昨晚城市遭到了空袭。
缝，
That's rough. Come on.
敞开，
窗户敞开，空气很清新。
抛弃，
不要抛弃希望。
It's like to like give up or abandon. Oh, really? Huh. Well, ain't that a problem?
遮盖，
积雪完全遮盖了屋顶。
I don't know.
母羊，
他养了一只母羊。
作呕，
那个气味让我感到作呕。
Or it's just feeling nauseous. Okay.
肺，
And you asked me to take on a couple related. And me to take on a couple related server things? A couple of what? My take on a couple. Okay, sure.
僧人，
这位僧人喜欢静坐。Oh no.
日月潭，
日月潭附近有很多特色餐厅。
靠拢，
船慢慢靠拢到岸边。
Oh, really? Oh, no, wait, that's tone 1. Oops.
轮服、
修理轮辐需要专业工具，
都、
Sure, that was an heck is this with water? Sworn it's again. Oh, deep. That's fine. So there's this issue with some new people that are, to summarize, really quite needy in a mentally ill, disruptive way for attention around members. They technically didn't do something rude, rule breaking. Okay. And if they didn't do something rule breaking, how are they disruptive?
募捐、
他们正在募捐，
密、搁浅、
船因为天气恶劣而搁浅，
龙、
This have to do with the mouth, so the throat.
Yung.
Desolate. They always ask people for paragraphs of apologies over one mistake, creating daily tickets for server support that really get nowhere and were never needed. Many people dislike them, disrupt chat flow. Then are they breaking rules? If they're not disruptive if they don't break any rules. Like, if you want my take on it, I mean, if you make a rule against it, then that is certainly a rule being broken. But the way you phrase things is as though they have already broken rules. So if they don't know that you can't do that, then they're not disrupting anything. So I guess you can make a chat flow rule for that if you want. So no needy people in your Discord, and they'll find needy places elsewhere. When people dislike them and it disrupts chat flow, that sounds like people made rules about your chat that isn't in the rules itself. So either you decide whether you're welcoming to that and take the side of people who dislike them, or you take the side of people who supported the rules in the first place. So that's kind of a tough situation, I suppose. You can't please both parties. That's the case. There are clearly unspoken rules, and those unspoken rules were meant to be unwelcoming and selective against the people that are quote-unquote not breaking any rules despite being disliked and disrupt. There are rules. Those are rules. Not explicit rules, but they're implicit rules. Like, for example, I'm from the outside, so there's an explicit rule that those people who dislike and disrupt chat flow because someone is needy, that's a rule too. That's called common courtesy and being compassionate. So you could make an implicit rule like that too, if you want it. But generally speaking, there are rules that are unspoken right now and they're not clarified. So you decide whether you want to enforce it or not. I mean, I am indifferent to this situation. However, it's not the first time this situation has occurred that I've witnessed, obviously. About this 条. Oh, wait, that is 条. Wait, what does that mean? Economic depression. Yes and no. You have a rule for moving. It's not yes or no. Rules are yes or no. Here. You have a rule for moving off-topic conversations to off-topic, which they don't follow, and they don't quite fall under respectful as stated in the rule, as well as unsolicited. Ban them. They violated a rule. So when you say yes or no, and you're talking about rules, you enforce them. So, like, it's not about feelings here. Respectful as part of a rule is respectful as part of a rule needs to be clarified. People disliking people for being needy, that's disrespectful too. And unsolicited dislike is still disrespectful. So in both cases, regardless of how you look at it, I will say yes and no. Overall, everyone's disrespectful because there aren't rules that enforces those things. At least in my opinion. If you want to have a person outside of this, I can see that both sides are disrespectful. Because you are also unsolicited. Do you think long form rules may be helpful? No, I don't. For my use case. I think what you're describing is two groups that have a very poor form of communication between the two groups, or the two groups that you are deciding on. And rules makes it more restrictive for both. What you're describing is an inability for mutual compassion either way. And then the way you describe things in making the decision makes you also pretty apathetic and indifferent sounding as well. I'm not suggesting that that's how you run a Discord though. The idea is when people dislike other people and it disrupts chat flow, that is two parties. One doesn't communicate with the other, and the other doesn't communicate with the other. When you disrupt chat flow, it's like, which chat flow? You have a correct chat flow? So I don't know. Like, if you make more rules for it, then I doubt that's gonna address, hey guys, can you learn to communicate with the chat flow? Not a correct chat flow, the existing chat flow. So, like an off-topic thing, that's creating chat flow, I suppose. Like, I don't see how someone who apologized for a mistake affects chat flow, and then someone who believes that their chat flow is the correct chat flow because they don't need anything. Both sides. It sounds like your usual, in my opinion, your usual form of lack of compassion going either way. Or people don't have enough time or willingness or patience to be in a chat in which each chat is dominated by something. So if someone is incredibly apologetic, they will naturally be dominant in the voicing. So if you dislike them for that, you can participate in that chat flow as well. But since you don't want to be in that chat flow, then somehow that chat flow is correct, which that's kind of interesting. It really does tell me what is the normal chat flow then? And you can help them out. The alternative is, as a person who is regarding apology situations, that the guy got upset over some comment about a bot being used, and he accepted no less than literal paragraphs of that guy got upset over some comments about a bot being used, and he used no less than literal paragraphs of apologies and explaining from a regular Meaver to be okay. Chat flow, perhaps clarifying could be helpful. Go ahead. I mean, the last paragraph was kind of weird to begin with. Sure. That person wrote paragraphs. That sounds like someone that cares. If that annoys other people, what does the other people say? They sit there and like stoop in the corner and be belligerent about it? Then I feel like there's two parties here. No, like a regular member wrote paragraphs? Okay. So they do. Because the new guy kept complaining until he got that? Alright. And does that violate any rules? If it does, ban the new guy. Like, what I'm hearing is two parties complaining about two parties. Like, if you want my take on this from the outside, you are complaining about something. So is the guy complaining about complaining. So there's just a bunch of people complaining about each other. Like, I don't see a difference between you complaining about complaining and then talking about someone who's complaining about complaining. So I don't know. Someone's gonna lose. In the middle of what I was gonna say, I was going to suggest that you have two different party members and they don't like being together. So as someone who manages the Discord, you can choose to help relocate the smaller party, at least in my opinion. So like, call it a compassionate extra work that you can do. The idea is, if you run a server, you are also very well versed and experienced with other servers, presumably, right? Because you're someone who manages servers. So finding a new home for that person, it can be a way to diffuse the thing. You can be a mediator in this. You can find peace and balance between the two. So the majority group that you have can continue to operate in there, and then the other person you can have to relocate, since the regular members in your Discord feels like they lack the compassion to help them find a new home, as opposed to criticizing them, I guess, complaining about them complaining. General is whatever people are currently talking about or want to talk about. Off topic is for conversation about something different to the current active conversation in general, if there is one. Yeah, but that doesn't even make sense to me. General is general. It's like all topics, and it can weave in out of topics. I think when you're talking about general, to me, is general is what everyone cares about, and then off topic is what people don't care about. So that's kind of the impression I'm getting. General is, oh, everyone else, more people care about topics, and then off topic is when people don't care about those topics. But hear me out, when you have general topics, when they change topics, the last topic is no longer general, it's off topic. So in my opinion, thinking about conversations in that light, you could kind of do more than that. In general, it's only pleasantries, and off topic is when you want to be discreet. But other than that, I don't necessarily think general is the impression that I would get from other people. Like, oh, so general is for topics that are only care to the masses. Like, you can change a topic at any time during a conversation. So it is considered off topic when the majority person thinks the topic is more important. I think that's, in my opinion, a recipe for general topic problems. Like, hey, this is a general forum, so no one can change the topic if someone is the majority holder of the opinion. I'm guessing that's what you consider as chat flow, which is when people are on a topic and then someone decides to change the topic. It is considered off topic. That's fair. So you should write that in the rules somewhere if you want to maintain that. I don't know how people change from topic to topic. In this case, in general, usually specific topics are what creates what you're saying, where like you stay on topic by separating them into topics. But general literally means to have any topic to me. It's really hard to explain general off-topic nuance. Maybe that leads to others being confused. It is. And I'm explaining some of that. Or at least I'm giving you the impression that no, it doesn't actually. So you can use rules if you want to do that. Generally speaking though, if I had to make a comment, people who are terrible at communication already, in my opinion, or like people who only communicate a certain way, general means that you talk about anything. Off topic means that you want to be discreet. Specific topics is not general. So like for myself, I wouldn't consider most people like I've encountered, general means anything goes because it's a general topic. You can talk about anything. That's the general place. Off topic to me is more like discrete things that people don't care about. Like you're concerned if people care about it. So like going off topic to complain about something is an off topic thing. But like I don't know how many rooms you want, like gaming topic or like anime topic or something. I think general, to me, I would already be confused. Not that I go to Discords and talk in general topic. I typically don't talk in general topic because I expect that the topic are spurious. It can be anything. It can generally be anything, which is probably not the way you're describing it to me. Anything does go in general? That's not true. You just explained to me it doesn't. You're lying. Like, I don't believe that for a second. You literally just contradicted yourself. Anything goes in general. That's not true. You just stated the whole purpose of this take is that not anything goes in general. So you either fix the rule or enforce that anything goes in general. But for example, if people are talking about game lore, if someone wants to post a cat photo in that moment, you suggest off topic? No, you said anything goes in general. So you want to add a rule that says not everything goes in general. Here are the following rules. If someone is currently talking about game lore and there are more people, when there are more people that are talking about something, please adhere to the dominance, to the majority view in the current chat. That would be what is describing your general. If anything goes in general, then you're lying to yourself. That is a contradiction, because if anything goes, anyone can change the topic at any time. So if you suggest off topic, like, go for it. So in the future, I mean, like a rule that wouldn't like take someone out or something would be like Maybe like being respectful means contributing, like trying to contribute to the current train of thought or something. I don't know, like not being disruptively yeah, general is not general. It's more like you're always going with a train of thought. I don't know what you call that though. I think my thought here is here's my hot take on general. I think people think general means vibe. You vibe. So if you're not vibing, go off topic. That's probably the word I would use. Yeah, so you're vibing. So general requires a vibe rule, at least in my opinion. So whatever that vibe rule is. If you're not vibing, it's considered off topic. So if everyone's like vibing with game lore and suddenly, hey, I want to talk about cat photos, off topic. I don't know when it'll ever get to cat photos though. So like when you're talking about anything goes, I'm guessing what you really mean is people can talk about any topic. However, the topic has to follow vibe rules. Now, if someone wanted to talk about cat photos, but in the general thing, and if there's a conversation already going, well, they can't. Because then it would violate the vibe rule. So, I don't know how you negotiate that. My thought is that what's happening here is there are people who think they are more important than other people. Right? And I'm gonna be realistic here. Usually this is not, it's not like uncommon for this to happen. It's kind of part of socialization, right? A Discord, you can gatekeep conversations. And that's perfectly fine, because when you're gatekeeping, it's important to the people who are there. Like, if most people know each other and a new person comes by, they will often not hit the vibe rule. This is like Neverwinter. I can use Neverwinter instead of using like any particular. So Neverwinter. It's greater than 12 years old. There is the old guard. And whenever someone is new who tries to offer their feedback, for example, or whatever they're going on that's interesting to them, it will not pass the vibe check. And the old guard would push back. So the question is, oftentimes, like for Discord servers and games and Neverwinter, is if you want to grow, it would involve having new blood. New blood can be self-selected if you want. So when you're self-selecting, it also means, yes, you would need rules and transparency. So you can advertise and select for new blood that vibes only. This also means that your growth rate would go down, right? Because there are fewer people you can select for. So making rules and making criteria and then making sure like the rules are upfront and whatnot, it will lead to new blood, but it would lead to fewer new blood. So then it would give the vibe that a Discord channel is closed community. And that is up to you to decide. Do you want to be viewed as a closed community? Basically, it's very difficult to vibe check the more rules you have, because they need to meet those rules in order to be welcomed or even feel welcome. The nice thing about closed community rules is that every time someone self-selects themselves into the new blood, there's less conflict. There are fewer people who would join the Discord, but those who do join the Discord will then be part of a closed community. They're committed to the vibe check, right? So that's kind of like the combination. Are you casual? Or are you... The word is hardcore for casual, but it's more like, are you cliquey? Are you niche? So casual means that everything goes, right? Everything goes is the most largest form of casual. And then hardcore is selective. An in-between would be nice. Then welcome to negotiating. So you have to negotiate. If you're going in between, then you have to balance all that. That means that it's going to be ever a problem that you have to solve. And one of the biggest ways to solve a problem, for me, at least personally, is selecting for communication skills. Now, if you have people who think they're healthy, and you have people who think they're suffering, communication is going to be a problem between the two groups. So if your Discord is attracting people who consider themselves healthy because they belong somewhere, and then it also attracts people who want to belong to something, however, it does not communicate that this is the same group that they're belonging, then you're going to attract a communication problem. In some way, shape, or form, the person that is needy, that is now in your Discord, believe that they are welcomed in your Discord to talk about those things. So you either decide to tell them you can't do that, or your behavior has to change in order to vibe with the rest of the people by putting in like rules or help or getting them conditioned. What do I call this? A lot of time this is called onboarding. At least in my opinion, onboarding. So how good is your onboarding? Does your onboarding say, hey, everyone is welcome? This is in my opinion, one of the quintessential problems with non-managerial people making selection factors. If you want to be nice to everyone, then your rules probably say everyone is welcome. But what you behave like is everyone is welcome as long as you are like us. So that's in between. So yeah, it is important to onboard people if you're saying they're being disruptive. Yeah, this is the part where you can't be nice. You can't be nice to everyone if you're in between. Somewhere in between means you have to select people out, help them if you want, and they can be brought in, or you let the group sort itself out. What onboarding process would you suggest? I mean, I imagine when a person enters, they see all the rules, right? And then the onboarding process would be, here's a list of recent problems. So like you're a Discord manager. So with your experience, you know pretty much all the problems that go on, right? So one of the things about Discord manager, if you're someone who manages, you probably have a list of many problems that you have solved, many conflicts you have solved. So the onboarding process would tend to address these problems. So for example, for this problem, the process is, how healthy is your mental health? And this is not like you're not asking the person in the process. My thought is, okay, I've seen this problem. Sometimes people are very needy and they're very selfishly but guilt tripping, etc., right? Those stuff. So how do you test that? What is a great way to onboard someone for that? Well, you ask them, how do you usually resolve guilt or something? Like, and it would be a multiple choice question. Like, apologize in private, right? Apologize in private, reach out, or like publicly rant. So it would describe all the problems that you have. And then when they understand that, then they would be able to, you'd be able to get ahead of the problem. So one of the onboarding things is, what is your preferred appropriate way to resolve mistakes? For example, resolve mistakes. 1, do you complain in public? B, do you apologize, by interrupting something? Like, so I don't know, I don't have C's and D's, I don't manage a Discord, but onboarding process, in my opinion, is usually dealing with the problems you've encountered. Rules, in my opinion, if you have to make rules are meant to address problems. Problems test your rules if they're effective, right? And then onboarding allows you to, they don't have to read all your rules. You don't have to read the rules that they already know. Typically, in my opinion, onboarding requires reading rules that are often common problems in the Discord. So one onboarding question process would be, are you vocal about your problems? And if they say something like yes, you can even provide solutions like, oh, well, we provide a place like that. Try to hang out in, I don't know, the emotional channel. I don't, whatever you do to solve it, right? To acquire it. So the idea is onboarding also allows you to give consideration for other people. Yeah, the emotional channel, right? That's kind of the idea. Like, my suggestion, like, the reason why I'm saying this suggestion is because, like, you're trying to grow, right? You're trying to grow, and it's not like, and for the record, you do have an equivalent space, right? So when you see a problem, in my opinion, onboarding means that you, as the manager, have experience that no other person has. And when you onboard someone, you can leverage that experience to get ahead of the problem. And when you're trying to grow, we also have to consider that the people who go to the Discord can also grow. They can also grow. So if they are able to enter and get onboarded to their quote-unquote emotional channel, that also means they stay in your Discord. If they stay in your Discord, they can still find their way to general. As in, one day, maybe they're not feeling emotional and they can peek into what's going on in general. This allows the person to grow and fit in, even, allow them to explore. So the idea is that onboarding allows more, potentially a wider audience, I guess, if you can accommodate a wide audience, and then the wider audience can interact with each other. It's possible. You can literally have subgroups, in my opinion, figuratively. You can have figuratively subgroups within your Discord, and then they can choose to interact with each other or not. That sounds like a lot of work, but honestly, it pays back in dividends when it comes to using your experience that you have. It makes you feel like you know what you're talking about and you know how to resolve things, as well as it also alleviates conflict in the future. Like, if you have a problem now, it'll probably occur in the future. So without onboarding or some type of selection factor, that problem will persist. So you can choose to redirect the traffic elsewhere, maybe to a sister site or something like that, or sister Discord, or you can redirect that traffic to another part of the Discord. So then you would have separation, but also opportunity for the groups to interact with each other. In your opinion, an option could be asking mods to enforce trying that sort of system. You'll spend hours on the server every day regardless of how much you get done. Yeah, so that's probably a way. I can see other ways, right? I think onboarding is important. Like, what the impression I'm getting, like right now, the reality right now, right? Like, if I had to take a guess how this problem occurred, open invites is interpreted as all is welcome. And then the rules are very laxed. And when they're laxed, it feeds back to all is welcome. In reality, what happens is that, well, everyone, if all is welcome, then it also means that all is welcome. But turns out, over time, it's not true. Not all is welcome. It's usually the majority conditioned, normalized behavior that is welcomed. Now, this is not inclusive of everything. There are people who normalize, there are communities that can normalize against this. Like, what I mean is that might be their thing. The one few exceptions is like a community designed for off-topic talk. Right? They could be addressing that, but then they would be alienating vibing talk. So this happens all the time. The idea is then you can control the traffic flow if you want by giving them a heads up. And putting them in the same space gives like a bar room, right? Like when you open a restaurant, and then you have some people who hang out over here, and then some people who hang out over here, right? And they would like be doing something here, and then they would be doing something here. So the idea is, while they still exist in the same place, there is a chance they can interact with each other, which is great. I think that's a great, like, open space. In the digital world, at least in my opinion, in the digital world, this open space requires like a bit of more tact. Like, you can't, it's they have to actually self-select themselves into it. They don't walk into an open space and only see open space. Like, where what I mean is, oh, okay, so this person can just go and make their corner somewhere. I mean, you could try that, but that sounds like chaos to me. So oftentimes, then what you do, as a manager, what you can do is you create more spaces, right? You create more spaces in the room, and then you say like, oh, hey, you're coming in. Here are some few questions. Okay, we would suggest you start here. This is your space. And when you have enough comfortability, you can migrate and interact with other spaces. But the onboarding will allow you to get the person to their starting place, right? General to me sounds like all is welcome. So general is the entire space. And yeah, they're gonna fight each other. I don't think this problem will go away in the general space. The idea is when the general space is, when they don't vibe, they go back to their normal space, right? Like, oh, I'm in the general space and I'm like, this isn't for me. Let's go back to where I am comfortable. And then it's like, I'm not interested in this. Let's go back to the space that I am comfortable. So you would need enough spaces to accommodate the type of people you want to grow. You know, like an emotional channel, a pet channel. If you're enriching for these things and they're a recurring problem, you can throw them in there. And sometimes, because they're in the same spot, they can go to different places. Kind of like I don't know, a shopping mall. I think that's kind of archaic, but like a shopping mall. Like, oh, that's okay. We can still occupy the lobby of the shopping mall together. But clearly, the shopping mall, people go to specific stores, right? That is like the pseudo casual space. That's like, what does that look like? That looks like Duolingo. Which, so many people are just like, nah, Duolingo, that's not how you do it. Like, well, yeah, it's not how you do it for those people who only care about like mastery of a language. That's true. You got to go somewhere else for that. I don't know, go to your advanced JLPT 1 designed course or something, right? Obviously, no one's in trouble here, at least in my opinion. It's kind of one of the natural states of having a bunch of different people in the same place. And it is very interesting to hear what other people's solutions are to them. That was only one. I only suggested like a minor thing, I think. It's really not my job or ways. Like, for example, I don't have a lot of people who come by and say, oh yeah, well, this is garbage, I disagree with you. It's largely because my selection factor is so high, right? Like, I literally have to onboard people for 3 to 4 hours by having a conversation with them. And it's only after they onboard that they decide to stay or not. If they don't stay, usually they don't stay, right? I would say it's like a 10% success rate. My onboarding is incredibly stringent. That also means that anytime I open my mouth and do something with a person, it is heavy and incredibly selective and generally consistently pass the vibe check. Anyone who doesn't fulfill the vibe check, as in like when I say hello, how's your day, and they're like, it's okay, and they leave, they didn't pass the vibe check. They went somewhere else. Discord is very similar, I suppose. Yeah, it's very easy to join. Yeah. Currently doing another mod app wave. Any suggestions on who to pick? What do you mean? Like you're scouting? You should know that. I feel like you have more experience in this. There's no way I would be able to know who to pick. Because when you pick your mods also have to pass vibe check for all your mods, right? So you, as the manager of the Discord, or like one of the managers, you have to be selecting for people that passes the vibe check for everything, right? and I couldn't possibly be arrogant enough or confident enough or even prideful enough to know who's in your party and what the organization's like, because the organization would then require specific picks. Like, for all I know, everyone is an independent, disagreeable superhero operating in independence, and you guys only come together and talk to each other like once in a blue moon when there's a really big, chaotic, catastrophic problem. I wouldn't know. Then what you would select for in that situation is you're looking for only independent people who don't talk to each other at all, and that would be appropriate. And if like I was recruiting someone, right? For example, if I'm recruiting someone for my purposes, it would be someone who is consistently driven. They are independent, but they are creatively contributing to their own success at any given time. Like, that already removes a lot of things from your selection factor. If everyone is like out to get their own thing, right? But they want it an easy route as a stepping stone to get like notoriety and stuff, I don't recruit those people. Like, I don't scout for someone who doesn't expect to be better than me. And when I think about how you operate, oftentimes the person who's in charge is the person at the top. I don't scout for hierarchy. So if I ever hire anyone, I expect them to have the ambition to like do better than me one day, or take over, or inherit whatever it is. And that's not a picking criteria for someone else, right? Like, if someone supersedes your authority, that's probably something that you don't want in your scouting. Okay, better question. How can you help the new people in the community be trained as mods? Ooh. Workshops. You have to do your workshops. Periodic workshops. That's one way. That also means that you have to decide if that's interesting to you. I would do a workshop. So workshop would be like, hey, every week, once a week, it's kind of like an office meeting. Usually you hire 4 times per year and 20 mods per wave. Another half are pretty brand new workshops. Yeah, so workshops are for interns. So you would have the onboarding process, or internship is the onboarding process, right? The trial period. And you would workshop. So workshop would involve that you and the other people, the other existing mods, produce scenarios that the interns can observe, and you learn by example. And then they can do questions and stuff. And it sounds like it's daunting and laborious, because in my opinion, these things still exist. These practices still exist in companies, in small businesses, in schools. It's kind of humorous, because the moment you find out why these still exist in your school, like having parent-teacher conferences every once a month or something, getting a exam or a meeting with your teacher or academic advisor every 2 weeks or every month, the more frequent it is, the more likely that those people will be able to learn from you, right? And the quality of the workshop is dependent and reflexive of the person who's managing the place. So whenever you think about, oh man, my teacher wants my attention again, it's like, yeah, no kidding. They're trying to teach you something. So now when you're changing positions, right? Like when you're changing your position, now you're in the position of instructing, So you are now the teacher. You are now the person who's responsible for keeping people engaged and understanding what it requires to become an intern and then become a mod. For myself, for example, I would probably do it weekly. And it's not them doing work. You have to do the work in order to get them to do the work. So it's much like you as a student, right? When you step into a class, you're like, this teacher is doing nothing for me. Like, they're like not necessarily for me, like they're not giving me the answer or something. It feels like you have to do work as well as they have to do work. So the workshop is a test of that. Are you able to make your workshops demonstrating of all the problems and the people come back to the workshops? If they voluntarily come back to the workshops, you already know who to hire. Like, that's already a gigantic barrier. Having people attend a voluntary workshop out of interest is a gigantic barrier. So if they overcome that barrier already, that pool of people are far more committed than like you trying to sift through some random application and stuff. Like, attending a workshop is already a strong selection factor. If they stay for the entire workshop, then they are most definitely winners. Like, they're far more likely to be winners than someone that does nothing and just submits an application and say, oh yeah, I've done servers before. It's like, you'll never know how their level of commitment or not. You can't even gauge it based on that. If they worked at another server, which like you have nepotism, right? There is nepotism in Discord. Like, okay, your resume says a lot, but are you going to come to the interview and do the work? That's where the interview happens, right? Instead of having an interview, now you have a workshop. Workshops are longer, more laborious, and exhausting. It also demonstrates that the person they want to work for or work with also is committed. So to me, I'm really biased about the workshop thing. If I'm the boss, this is my chance to show the interns how much I care about them. Like, if they are showing up and then they are going to show up again and they stay, I have to make it clear to them that I am investing in them just as much as they are investing in me. So it's both an opportunity for you to show how good your workshop is, and then it's also an opportunity to determine how much do your prospective people actually care, right? And that's kind of like me meeting a stranger online during streams. They ask me a question, I ask a question back. If they stay, they're more than likely to be ahead of like 90% of other people who said less, right? However, workshops are even better because you have control over what type of scenario. Like, you can literally use this scenario right here, talking about how to help someone. Like, your first workshop problem would be, how do you help someone that seems like they are having a really bad day, but no one else is there wanting that, to deal with that right now. So like, you can describe it in a different way, right? Because it's not like the people who dislike the complaining are bad people. So in no way am I saying, when someone says, oh man, this person, they just complain a lot, but I don't have the time or the brain power to deal with this, right? So I write a huge paragraph and saying, dude, can you stop complaining about things? Like, this is not the place to be complaining about things. So you can literally use that as the first workshop problem. And the winners are probably the interns that have great ideas. You can literally make it like, oh, hey, so how would someone resolve this? probably the first person who raised their hand or like said something and they like type out something, that's probably a good pick because they are resolving a problem. Which, by the way, during the interview process, you still do this. You're basically using the workshop that you make as a way to interview people for mod positions. And how good your workshop is will give you a huge start on how good the interview is, because all of your workshop stuff will be selecting for solutions to your problems, right? The great way to hire better mods are mods or prospective people that can fill your gap. You're filling the gap in your employment. You're not trying to hire redundancy. Not all the time, right? Obviously, you're going to need 2 or 3 redundancies. Like, hey, we need someone who's like really good with these situations, but we need like 2 or 3 of those people so then we can cover around the clock. Like, hey guys, can you contact one of these 4 people? One of these 4 people, they're really good at handling this situation. So, but you might not even need to. You can have one of those 4 people available, right, in the Discord. So your mods will then have specific trained skills that don't overlap with each other. It would be ideal for mods to have all the skills, right? You can have a structure where everyone has all the skills to deal with all the problems. But generally, that's very idealistic. You would have to be a very popular person, a very popular thing, very privileged, and you probably need a lot of money or what have you. The alternative is your workshop can go and select for those people. So write down all the problems you currently have in your Discord, make them into a workshop, and then invite whoever's interested in being a mod, wherever they are, and see who has a good idea. What does this sound like? This sounds like corporate speak, doesn't it? Because that's kind of how corporations work. You have people who work under the CEO who does recruitment. And those recruitment people focus on what the CEO or like the upper management require of their people. So then you select, you try to hire and collect all the people who have potential to solve their problems, right? That's who you're hiring. In my opinion, when you're hiring just to have more bodies, that usually means that the company or the organization is not invested in people. They're simply filling bodies. Like, open invitations mean that there is not a balance between the criteria you're looking for and just anybody. So to me, this is what I would call vetting, right? You're vetting people. So it's a combination of workshop, meaning you give interns, who are they working with? It's kind of the same as onboarding for consumers. When you're onboarding, you know what you're expecting a little bit, like in discussion. But in a workshop, it gives people the idea, who's running the place? How do you know you're going to be good with that? So workshop, with an open workshop, they can know you, or they can get to know what the problems are in the Discord. And through that, you can use it as a vetting process. The people who show up, who are in the task, who likes doing that, they would naturally show up more often. So then you're selecting for, in my opinion, this is my like approach. I've had thought about hiring people for certain things, maybe in like the next 2 or 3 years. When you're vetting and they show up often, right? You're basically selecting for problem solvers. Like if I wanted to apply for a job and I see an open invitation to demonstrate that I can solve some of their problems, I would show up. Because in my opinion, I am a problem solver. I don't show up if people don't need me. Like if I apply to a Discord and they say, oh, anyone will work, no experience is needed, like anyone can do that, my first thought is I'm competing with everyone. That's not a job for me. Like that means I'm expendable, I'm redundant, and also they don't know what they want. Like if I'm applying to like a job, I would want to see like 20 to 30 lists of skills that you want me to have, a prospective person me to have. The more selective it is, the more likely that I know if I'm appropriate for that job. And also the smaller the pool is, and the higher competitive for the quality of that pool, right? So if I get that job, I know that they can't replace me very easily, and also that I probably get paid a lot or be appreciated as well. Now, you have to work up to that point, though. So it's up to you to be how selective you want. If you are too selective, then no one's going to apply. So yes, you do have to lower your vetting process if there are too few candidates, right? But usually, for like Discord and things like that, you have a large audience, like a large population. So you can add a few things. I would first add for problem solving, and then maybe do a workshop that deals with communication skills. Maybe like you're looking for an enforcer. You're looking for someone who enforces, and then someone who's a negotiator. There's also a peacemaker. So these are like different attitudes of reservoir. Like you can have a problem solver as an enforcer, a negotiator, or a peacekeeper. You can have all three in the same person. It could be the same person who shows up for a workshop that deals with peacekeeping, negotiation, and enforcer in 3 different instances, and this person happens to show up to all 3 of those workshops. The likelihood is this person is who you're looking for, because they have the qualities that address the problems that you're looking for. That's kind of what I always thought about this, which people don't really think about until later, until they like run a business or look at students or be in charge of bigger groups and selections, is the idea that the boss is just as responsible for selecting and managing proper group dynamics than the members themselves. The members are also responsible for sure, but you, like someone who can see a bigger picture, can also present it in a bigger picture way. So you can employ people to fill in gaps in your members' services, right? So whenever you're like, for example, if you're one of the members and you're looking at an application, if you used to be a boss, right, and you're applying for something else, that's what I look for. So whenever someone says like, oh, hey, can I hire you to do something? All right. Explain to me, so this boss is soliciting me. Explain to me what your vision is and what you are asking me to do. And it would have to be in great detail if I'm to do it officially, because it's not, oh, don't worry, the job is very easy. It pays well based on the ease, and pretty much anyone can do it. And I'm like, I'm not interested. You can, but it's not because I'm too good for it. It's more like you can find someone else that's more appropriate for this, because I would have a conflict of interest. I don't want to be just anyone doing easy jobs, because if you have that available, find someone who can grow from that position, right? This is the idea of how I've had this problem before where someone can be overqualified. And usually from a selfish perspective, this would hurt me, right? Like a lot of people would say this would hurt me. Basically, everyone should be able to, if you're qualified, you should be able to get the job. It doesn't matter if you're overqualified. And my way of professionally saying this is if I was on the other end, if I was the boss, right? And I'm looking at a job that I clearly stated, and a person who's overqualified applies for my job, then I kind of failed explaining what I'm looking for. So in both ways, if you're a person who's looking for employment and you're a person who used to be the boss, in both cases, you can see why that can create a conflict of interest. So in my opinion, whenever I'm like in charge of something, I usually make it the best opportunity. Think of as many opportunities as I can to communicate to the potential people who want to work for me that I don't fail communicating to explain to people what I'm looking for. And it will be very clear whenever I do it in the future. Generally speaking though, it works the other way around. When a person puts up a job application, right? And they just say, we pay a lot of money and it's a super easy job and anyone can do it, I wouldn't apply to that job because I can't even imagine what type of people would apply to it. And you're competing with those people. Well, I just don't, I personally don't want just any job that sounds basically too good to be true, right? Like for me, I expect to be working really hard and being paid really well for it, but I also want to apply to a job that knows that, oh, you need like 40 different qualities, and I'm like, I'm on board if I have those 40 qualities, because the odds of someone being able to compete with me is probably very slim. It's a lot slimmer. And if I ever meet that other person, heck, we could be best friends. Like, you know, you go to a job interview, right? I know it's a competition. Like, let's say one job is very coveted, and then you go to the interview and then you meet your competition. Personally, if they win, I would want to learn from them. Like, I would network with them. Like, if I go to a job interview and it's a highly selective job, or the boss is very detail oriented. Their application says a lot, very specific things that they want. I want to apply to that job. And when I go there and I meet my competition, that's who I need to compete with. So if my competition wins, that means I got work to do. How does this relate to the workshop thing? For example, if you, for example, like I'm plugging this because this is my like idea of how I would go and select people. So I've been working on this for some time now. If you have weekly workshops and the same people keep showing up, right? The same people kept showing up. They are actually competing with each other. So you'll get to know how well they work together. You might, sometimes as a boss, you might actually hire all of them. Like you might make it an exception because now they are problem solving weekly in a workshop you determined, and you get to see how they interact with each other. So already you're all designing a location, a place where you can determine if they even work well together. Because oftentimes when you hire a wave of people, there's a chance, especially in open invitation, there's a chance like 50% of them are going to butt heads with each other. Or they will take a really long time trying to acclimate to each other, right? So where is this going, in my opinion? That's what high school does. That's what college does. And then that's what graduate school does. Over time, the people who graduate, they have already tackled problems in which they're competing with each other but they also have been forced to work together. So over time, the more selective the thing becomes, the more likely that those people are designed or like likely to be selected to work together. So when you do these things, the reason why I'm plugging this is it feels like a lot of times when you're the boss and you put time into a workshop, you get that time back. Like it feels like you're doing something that affects the growth of what you're looking for, as opposed to like, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna send out a open invitation and then you know, hire 20 people, and then next year I'm gonna replace those 20 people because they left. So anyways, that's what I want to say. Yeah, go on with your exam. Yeah, got to memorize the type of sampling to gather data in about 5 minutes. Yes, so good luck with your exams, right? You should really be focusing on your exams while you're juggling the Discord things. But that's a thought experiment. You use it with, you know, use it however you wish. I was gonna say right near the end that it's good to be doing something as a manager, as a boss, that when you put effort in, it produces positive reinforcement back. So you can actually literally watch people work together and solve problems. If they can work and solve problems together, you hire them. That's like, you present your problems, and if they already can work, that's it, right? Like literally that's what you want. Why do like CS companies, you know, like computer science companies or engineering tech companies would put groups of candidates together, have them solve problems, and then mix and match, and then ask them in an interview how they would solve problems? Is because those are the problems they're probably trying to solve. Like a lot of times, and it's kind of sleazy in a way, like, you know, the other side, people are kind of upset, a bit taking advantage, but the idea is you're looking for someone to solve your problems. So the very first thing you have to do in an interview process or a workshop is to present those problems and see who has working ideas or can grow to solving that problem. That's the hiring process. You look to fill things in. Otherwise, it's a lose-lose. The boss loses, the person who's managing loses, and that person who's working for you, they will feel underappreciated, not useful, and really, really replaceable. Right? It's a lose-lose situation. Big companies obviously could lose sight of that. That's perfectly fine because they're juggling so many people. But when you're in a smaller environment, like a smallish environment, and you have control over it, I would probably select for people that can solve my problems or the problems that I see. It's not that I can't solve the problems. You want people who can solve problems like you do or you encounter. So you have all the answers, in my opinion. You have the answers and the selection factors on how and who to look for. You turn your problems into solutions. At least that would be the quick way to go about it. Anyways, all right, let's get back into this. Yeah.
媳妇
他们的媳妇做饭很好吃。
Okay. Heck.
舆论
舆论常常影响政治决策。
Oh, and you said, can I summarize types of sampling? Oh, hang on. Let me types of sampling. Sorry. I misread that. Types of sampling. Like how to sample for people. Probably questionnaires. Questionnaires. Interviews. Group activities. Which group activities, that's where workshops fall in under. And obviously the very first one, the sampling would be like quote unquote resume, like for prior experience, relevant experience. I don't know if that's the type of summary, like type of sampling you're looking for, but all of these would help with sampling, like determining what type of person you're looking for. All right, take care, Mika. Take care. Good luck with your exams. Okay, the right is definitely Jiao. What's the left? Is that not to like bring people together? Yeah, Jing. Oh, Jing Cao. Oh, no. No, Jing. Oh, Jing Chou.
深渊
深渊看起来很可怕，没人敢。
What's the problem? Is there a problem? Yeah.
捏 钱
Man, I'm really tired. Oh man. Okay. Anyways. Oh no. Hmm.
耽误
他生病耽误了学习。
女佣
女佣每天打扫房间。
脆
How did this work?
辐射
太阳发出大量的辐射。
Hmm. Oh, that's a box. That's right. We're doing boxes.
漏 紧凑
我们需要一个紧凑的计划。
Compact.
萧条
经济
Economic
萧条导致
depression.
很多公司倒闭。
All right. It's been a rough day. Rough day. Tomorrow, I'm gonna sleep like right away. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Today's set is wild. I'm fearful for this set. I feel like I will have problems with 70% of this set. Like, I don't even... What is happening here? Yeah. Or yikes. I wanted to say my. I think it is my. Could be more though. I feel like it's my. Okay. Yeah, see, there's no element of high school in it. I'm gonna have to change something there. My. La. Sa. Ge. Che. Oh, this is more. Oh no, this one's. Oh no. Hold up. 线. Yeah. 叫 super difficult set. Probably the highest so far. It may also be because I'm very tired. Can't rule out fatigue. Ci 像声 right? Yes. 像 新词 是 齿轮 牙齿 覆盖 What? Yeah, 覆盖 滋润 滋润 美滋滋 was something like tossing and turning, right? 复来 Fu Lai. Dang it. Chu. Maybe like Fu Lai Tai Chu or something. No, it's another way to turn. It's not Guai. Heck. Oh, it's fun first. Fun Lai Fu Chu. So ne 可以宙斯 What the heck is 宙斯 Oh, that's second Zeus. Oh my gosh. You. Oh. Alright. Quickly now. Yoshi. So we got the Yosh. The Yosh in the auditorium, helping out, right? The auditorium, helping out with the construction of a bank by having like a paper mache, I don't know, licking a paper mache cliff that's composed of stacks of paper bricks and spraying it with some water to create some bank or something. The licking thing is kind of important because it's Yoshi. Alright. We got the Hulk running to the bathroom of the office building because he had a misfortune. Much like his really rugged jawbones, he also was too shrunk and split his suit open, right? Split his suit open and his pants. Maybe he got angry or got too excited. That kind of sounded a little shady. Okay, so we got Mario, basement, high school. He's doing a bit of a plumbing job for the high school, right? And while he was doing his plumbing job, he found that some kids have been trying to use the bathroom to cultivate some flowers to accommodate some crickets. Right. Some crickets. So he managed to find a way, as he's doing his plumbing job, nourish the flowers and the crickets for the little kiddos. Mario, right? Good heart. That's probably what we're gonna write the next time that becomes a problem. Got Legolas. This one's a little bit weird. Going to the bathroom of the auditorium, washing up after a night of brushing with a bristle brush. What is it? How do we... Oh, it's like person in a mouth with like this. Okay. And then washing up because you got the cure meats ready for the performance. Right? Or maybe for the adventure or the audience performance, right? SpongeBob front of auditorium, trying to help out. But he basically, Klutzy gets all his fingers on all these things right throughout the night, letting go of things, making it a nightmare for the foreman to like set up turf and stuff, decorations for the show. What is that? Gandalf in front of the electricity plant, where that's come to his attention that a bunch of peeps, word of mouth, that a bunch of peeps are using sabers to cut down all the local beanstalks, not grain stalks. Beanstalks, and parting off special containers for fuel. Gandalf's like, no, and decide they were cutting off all the what is it? Cut apart, like tear apart the environment. Gandalf uses his magic to offer an alternative as a peacemaker, I suppose. Quasimodo, bathroom, electricity plant. He gets a respite from all the work and found a few friends along the way. Among them were a few turkeys and a sparrow who he'd rescued from, I guess, the environmental impact of the electricity plant. Okay, Mario is in the bathroom of the office after coming from a day of going through a mound of hundreds of invoices and work. Finally, he can walk around the office, having footpaths around the office because all the paperwork is done. Xena. Bathroom. Right. Bathroom of the pawn shop. Making sure her container of stuff and net of stuff obeys the constitution, right, that she holds to heart on fair trade and whatnot as a warrior. Okay. Then we got Xena in the bathroom of the barn, where they were going to the bathroom of the barn, exercising, you know, the barn that they have in the household, where they are teaching familial piety between their children and the elders. Fair enough. So what am I gonna do with Shang, which is Flash? I need help with that. So, and then we have Tuo. Oh, Tuo is annoyingly disappointing because it's new. And I've already forgotten this new thing. It's just big. Oh no, it's not big turkey, it's big horse. And wall. Carry on back. On the back. Oh, and Chi Yu. Holy moly, did I draw a blank on Chi Yu? What happened? What was you? region. And they're both area and region. Dang. Disappointing. Let's go look. Can't really do anymore. Can't do that much more today. It was like the fairy godmother thing. Flash of light. Pawn shop. They went to the basement, right? I don't like Rick entered the basement of the pawn shop. Maybe going through going to the basement of pawn shop. Through the base. Through the balloon doors. Or other. Through the saloon doors, sure. Through the saloon doors. He encounters a bunch of other patrons, other people, other persons. Maybe like a sudden flash of memories. Sudden flash of realization. Was he was able to recognize some of the people. It's not that. Various memories. Memories are flashes across the person and Shrek as they chat up a storm near the balloon doors, I suppose. Kind of quaint. Kind of. I'm not sure that's gonna. So this one was treating Tom as a horse, which is kind of okay, honestly. I don't know what's missing here. I think we're just gonna give this a pass for now. Was this? Yeah, oh no, it was 2 days ago. Oh no, it was. This is the newly acquired thing. Oh, not that note. Region, on the other hand, that is not happening, and it's the separate things. So it's chi. I don't like it. Okay. Okay, so Quasimodo is in front of the house. Excited, right? Excited to receive his box of goods from different neighboring regions. He is often very recluse, right? But being able to order and receive goods from different regions allow him to connect indirectly. Okay. Yeah. Is this the one where he just summons a place and then summons a region? Yeah, he defines the border of his personal regions. Maybe like Yugi is in the bathroom of the house. Coming back from exploration of ancient regions. He brought back he followed words of an ancient halberd and was able to acquire the halberd from specific grounds in the region, in the spoken region, and diligently cleaning the soil off the buried, or once buried halberd from that region. Okay, we're just gonna throw region in like a billion times over. Exaggeration. All right, folks. Oh, it's 4. What is it? It's 4 a.m. Dang. All right. Hey, folks. That's a wrap for today. It's the end of my HanziHero session. If you're gonna watch this later, 谢谢. As always, feel free to follow along. Pick up HanziHero for yourself. You're always welcome to come on by, yap, discuss, present hypothetical situations or not hypothetical situations. Today I had an opportunity, I suppose, to talk about maybe quote unquote workshopping the workshop idea, right? About employment, back and forth, resolving communication, communication skills, or maybe like management skills and whatnot. I think I want to make sure I iterate this. I do not work in a managerial position, like directly. Typically most of this is candid conversations, right? When I say everyone's welcome to come on by to discuss and brainstorm, it is not a competition specifically to say who's right, who's the best, who's worse, who's not. The idea is to exchange and be interested in other people's problems or the problems of your own, being able to express that. So it's kind of like it's a bit oxymoronic because the situation that the particular hypothetical was presented was this very nature, where someone has a problem with another person's behavior, but that person's behavior is trying to ask for instruction and compassion. So these things do occur, and personally I am very selective to the point where there's a huge pre-selection factor to have these discussions. But those discussions that we have with other people and whatnot are priceless. They're emergent. They challenge people to do problem-solving skills. And not everyone has to be managers or mediators or peacekeepers or negotiators. However, I welcome anyone who would like to practice or try to engage in deep discussions or deeper discussions than, relatively speaking, to their own ways. Oftentimes that lead to develop problem-solving skills and critical thinking skills. It also kind of motivates each other to be attentive to their own lives and possibly make space for the lives of maybe one other person. Who knows? Until next time, 大家下次见，感谢观看. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.